Well, if you have these goals, these big goals, this big vision, what you deserve is to keep going and doing the same shit that you did Monday through Friday to gain momentum and make progress. That's what you deserve.
Welcome to the Fuel Hunt Show.
What's going on, Eagles? Welcome to the Fuel Hunt Show. I'm Joey, co-founder of Fuel Hunt. I have Drew here with me, my cousin and co-founder in Fuel Hunt, the community and the company. How you feeling today?
I feel good, man.
Good?
I feel good.
All right, we got another Rules of the Few. Let's dive right in. We got another Rules of the Few episode today. We're chopping through Rules of the Few. We're over 10 episodes into the Fuel Hunt Show, which is amazing. Feels great.
It does.
We're getting better as we go, right?
Oh, yeah. I
think so. I think so. We're getting better as we go.
Dane thinks so.
Yeah, Dane does think so. Yeah, I agree. Less editing, hopefully, for him, right? Probably more curses. You can leave the curses in.
Yeah.
Or let's bleep them. Yeah, we'll bleep them. But no, we're, it feels great to be in double digits for the show. And we're running out.
Reps.
Yeah, likewise. We're running out of Rules of the Few. We're almost at the end. We said that we wanted to review the Rules of the Few as, the majority of our first episodes because it was so important to get our code of conduct out there into the world and give the community a little more color into that code of conduct as well. So today, Rules of the Few episode, we're going to talk about one of my very favorite rules. I feel like I say that every show. I love them all.
You do.
I fucking love them all, man. This one has a special place in my heart as well. Plan your day. I'm a big planner. The rule is plan your day. If you have no plan, expect no progress, right? I believe that planning is the precursor to progress, right? If you're really serious about making strides in your life or your business, you need to have a plan. Not a perfect plan, but you need to have a plan. So let's chop that rule up a bit. Are you a planner?
Yeah. Not rigidly, but...
Are you implying that I'm rigid? Are you implying that I'm rigid?
You're very rigid. But we'll get into as we get into the rule, I do time block. So it is a plan.
Got you.
Not down to the minute or the hour, but...
Yep. Yeah, I don't, to be honest, planning down to the minute or the hour, I think is ineffective. I think it's unrealistic. It's ineffective. Time blocking your day in segments is the pro move.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I also feel like it limits if you're changing meetings, calls, etc., or doing something different every hour, you're not allowing for any kind of flow state, right? You're not allowed for any kind of creativity or problem solving.
I'm big on that. I agree. Something that the few probably don't know, because this is early Fuel Hunt history, is that we developed Daily Attack Plan way early in the Fuel Hunt journey, right?
Yes.
So I don't know, probably 2018, maybe?
It was very quick, very early on.
So Daily Attack Plan predates many of our most popular designs. It predates the Rules of the Few.
It was a tool that you put me on to before we even built the software. You're like, yeah, you should be doing this.
Yeah.
And I will say it's one of the things that changed the game for me in life and business.
Yep. At this point, I've been practicing, and we'll tell the few what Daily Attack Plan is in a bit, but I've been practicing that planning and execution routine, I guess, if you want to call it that, for almost a quarter century at this point, like over 20 years.
Now you're showing your age.
Right?
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah. And the nice thing was...
I'm barely even that old.
I know. That's actually, yeah. The nice thing was it's evolved over the years, and now it's become a tool that the few use to plan and attack their day. So we'll rewind a little bit. Daily Attack Plan is a platform. Now it's a piece of software. It's a web app that we offer to the community. It's free with Fuel Hunt Rise to help you plan and execute your day with intention. Sound fair enough?
Exactly.
One of my core beliefs is that life is a battleground, not a playground. Right? If you're serious about your dreams, you're serious about your goals and the progress you want to make towards them, you're going to treat life like it's a battleground, not a playground. You're not going to bounce around from amusement to amusement, from Netflix show to Netflix show, right? From shitty food to shitty food, like you're going to dial yourself in and you're going to treat it. And I know this sounds extreme, but this is the way I look at it, as life or death, on a daily
It is,
basis.
though, if you think about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So daily attack plan itself has some features, and we'll get into that for tool for the rule. But would you agree with the general premise of this rule that if you don't have a plan for your day, you should not expect progress?
Yeah, failing the plan is planning to fail. It also applies to life, and like the plan isn't, in my opinion, the rule for me doesn't just mean in your day. It means a plan for anything, right? You should always have a framework or an outline of the way you want something to go, whether it be your day, your month, or your year.
I agree. So that speaks to the intention for everything that you do. I look at your day. So we're on the same page. I look at your day as like the building block of all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you can't let a day slip. You can't, And I know this probably sounds a little too structural for most, but I even have a daily attack plan for my weekends, which maybe you time block your weekends too. Like it's a 7-day, every day of the week thing. I don't let any days slip. And at this point in my journey and in my life, I'm a creature of habit, but like I feel off if I don't have a plan for my day. Even if that plan is, say it's one of those days where I'm 95% dad, 5%, co-founder of Fuel Hunt, I still need a plan for how I'm going to spend the day with my daughters.
I agree.
Like it's a habit that I've built, and if I don't have it, I feel off. I'm not good at like flying by the seat of my pants anymore.
No. And it goes back to something we talked about before on prior episodes, but people ask me, like on a Saturday at morning jiu-jitsu, what are you doing this weekend? And I'm like, the same thing I do on every day. Like I'm working, like, and will there be a dinner or an event at like you know what I mean? Like, does that free up some time in the schedule, like on the weekend? Yes, I'm not crazy. Like I am being a dad, being a friend, being a husband, being a father, but every day looks the same to me.
I think there's a notion that if you're time blocking and you're planning your day, it's like all work, and it's not that way. Maybe it's all growth, but it's not all work, and sometimes I'll say, well, today it's daddy-daughter day, I'll be hanging out with my daughters today, and from this hour to this hour in the morning, we're going to be at the playground, then from this hour to this hour, we're going to have lunch, then from this hour to this hour, we're going to do this craft, or whatever. We're going to swing by HQ because, I got some things to do. People are like, oh my God, that sounds like terrible that like everything's planned like that. And I'm like, actually, no, like it's beautiful to me. Make sure that nothing gets in the way of what I'm trying to create, the progress that I'm trying to create that day, whether it be in, my relationships, with my children or Fuel Hunt, the community or the company.
Intention behind everything.
Everything. Easiest way to do that is plan, Are there let's get into your tool for the rule. It sounds like it's time blocking, right?
Yeah, it involves setting up your perfect day, right? Like as our friend Craig Ballantyne would say. Yeah,
and Craig's book, Perfect Day Formula, was pivotal in me refining my process of daily attack plan. When I read his book, and that had to be early 2000s, late 2000s maybe, when I read that book, it was critical because before that it was like more of a to-do list, which is great, a to-do list with some times, but then it started to evolve into a to-do list and then a not to-do list. Then it started to evolve into a gratitude, and then it started to evolve the machine started to acquire parts to make it run more efficiently as time went on.
It frees up so much mental energy. Yep. Because if someone asks me to do something at a certain time, I can already tell you no, because I don't take calls at that time. I don't do meetings at that time. Like if you're just flying by the seat of your pants and just drifting and just like, I'll take a call here, I'll take a call there, I'll go here, I'll go. Like you're really never getting anything meaningful done.
Yeah, I mean everybody, whether the few that are watching and listening relate or not right now. Like whether they're time blocking or they're using daily attack plan, whether they are, they're not. One thing they understand is this: when you let the world control your day and your attention, at the end of the day, it never feels good.
Yes.
You know, you feel unaccomplished, right? You feel scatterbrained. Like it just doesn't feel good. So wherever you're at in your no plan, no progress journey, I think we can all agree that if you let somebody else drive and you jump in the passenger seat, you don't like the destination at the end of the day. You don't like it.
I agree.
You don't like it. It doesn't make you feel great inside.
I agree.
Yeah.
So
Let's talk about your time blocking a little bit.
One thing I want to talk about that I think is getting a lot of unfair heat lately. And I'm curious for your thoughts on it.
Oh shit, you're gonna put me on the spot. I like
is
this.
the biohacking morning routine, or just a morning routine in general. So for me, my tool for the rule is
Sure you wanna do this?
set up your perfect day.
Yeah.
Where ideally, I don't want to give away all the secrets in the book,
Yep.
but you're doing intentional work in the morning, and you are having your daily attack plan and your set tasks you have to get done, and then you are accepting calls or doing your meetings, and then you're allowing for more time with family at night, and then you're winding down, preparing and planning for the next day.
Exactly.
At those late hours, ideally without TV or Netflix or
Yep.
scrolling social media.
Yep. So mine sounds the same exact way, right? So up early, which you know my morning routine. We'll get into the morning routine thing in a second. Let's just show the symmetry between our blocking.
They're a lot different.
So my morning routine, which is very simple. Then I get right to work. So I have a big block of what I call DAP time, right? Daily attack plan time, GSD time, get shit done time.
Yep.
Big block there, right? Then I have a block for family time because, you know, I'm getting my children ready, instilling some energy in them for the day, getting them to school, right? Then I have another DAP GSD time. Then I have training time, right? Then after training time, I have a small social media window, right?
Where you scroll?
Catch up on DMs, post content, things like that. After that, another DAP block. After that, family time, right? Because at that time, then I'm picking my girls up from school, getting dinner ready, doing my thing.
It sounds like you could pretty much live the same day over and over again, correct? I do. You could not look at your calendar and know where you have to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So then after that block of family time, there's a little more DAP time. Then there's the pre-planning.
That's the one thing, depending on what season of business or life you're in, like it's not the same every day, right?
Second shift.
The second shift is ideally
shift hits.
For health and mental acuity. Ideally maybe on a late night second shift is in the cards, but sometimes
I mean, I have second shift every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have second shift every day. I can't tell you that it's not rewarding. It's
Yeah.
rewarding to me. Are there some second shift activities on a given day that I'm like, I want to do this shit? But yes, but
Sure.
that's also entrepreneurship. Do you think like we don't jump out of bed every day and we're like, can't wait to face all these fucking kicks in the dick. You know, we don't say that all the time.
Or figure it the fuck out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we do it anyway because we know the power of consistency and we're
Whatever it
committed.
takes.
And we're committed to our community and our impact. So that pre-planning thing, right? That happens for me, right? Where not only am I planning tomorrow so that I can get up tomorrow and just hit the ground running, but I'm also reflecting a little bit on how today went. And that helps with the planning for tomorrow. Does anything have to roll over? Did anything not get done? Right?
You must.
And then again, it didn't get done today for some reason. So is it really that important? Like really beating it up and then planning the next day and then read, sleep. After that, there are two other things. So it sounds like we're both So we're both blocking in similar
We have
fashions.
pretty much the same schedule.
We do.
Yeah.
I mean, that shouldn't surprise everybody watching and listening. Not just because we're similar in a lot of ways, but because, you know, we're on this journey together. We've built something great.
We're going towards the same goal.
Yep.
We're working towards the same goal.
Yep. And I would say that anybody that's building or built something great or of value or in service to humanity probably has a similar time blocking schedule. Like, for example, we were on Michael Chernow's podcast,
And he was
Creatures
like-
Habit.
yep.
He's a time blocker. His day sounded just like our day, right? So he had the creative time, get shit done time in the morning, the connection time, get shit done time in the afternoon. He had the training in the middle. He had the family time, bookending it. Same type of thing.
What's interesting too is like people you think are out there being high performers, high achievers, that they're not. They're sacrificing time with their families and their significant others. However, most of these guys, Bedros, Michael Chernow, are also they're jacked. They're great businessmen, and they're also good husbands, fathers, and leaders.
It's an addition by subtracting. Everything else falls away. I
Yep.
mean, in my schedule, there's some social media time that I schedule, which, do Noah and I trade like a BJJ meme every once in a while? Like, yeah, it's entertaining, whatever. But outside of that, I have no time to watch television. I have no time for the news. I don't do any of that shit.
I didn't want to bring this up, but I had a thought when we were just talking.
And I'm not letting you go on this morning routine thing. We're going to go back to that
I
too,
can't
okay?
believe I look back at myself too, right? And on my journey,
Bro, I busted you out of it.
when I thought, what? We busted me on what?
I thought you were going to talk about the news.
Oh my God, no, remember that those days? But
Yeah.
when I would spend my Sunday watching Red Zone and football all day,
I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with it.
All
it's not
day.
like, listen. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you have big dreams, big
Yes,
goals,
exactly.
it's got to go.
so
That's
who
the way
did
it is.
And I was like,
If this is the lifestyle you want to
who
live,
did I think I was that I was going to be successful watching sports on Sunday all day on Sunday?
I felt the same way about the news.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
that
Same-
is.
same way.
They're just professional gossipers.
exactly.
That's- yeah.
Yeah. So it's just noise and negativity that brings you down. So let's talk morning routine. Well, before we get there, I do want to make one comment. There's no, again, like for real. There's nothing wrong with watching Red Zone every day.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
don't,
it's only on Sunday, guys. That's just how.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't fucking know. I had season tickets to the Flyers. I had season tickets to Phillies. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, enjoy your life. But if you are going to set a massive goal to impact society in a big way, to build a community of a million hard workers like we're doing, some things got to go. You got to be
agree.
honest with yourself, and some things got to fucking go.
I agree.
And it's either make the sacrifice or have the regret later and look back and say, I should have cut those things out of my fucking schedule.
Yep.
And on your point about the sacrifice, like, I make time for my family, but I also do sacrifice a lot of time still. I mean, I just posted the other day, Saturday,
Yeah.
15 hours at my kitchen counter. You know what I mean? Straight. Like, I missed all that time with my wife and my kids, but I did it intentionally.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to miss out on the dream, like what we've got going on here. So the sacrifice is still a part of it too. But when you're in this type of schedule and you're planning, it minimizes the amount of meaningless sacrifice that you have to make, I believe. Because you're dialed. Nobody else is controlling your get shit done time in the morning, so you can get as much done as possible to make sure that you have room, at the end of the day for your family.
And like you said with the sacrifice, like if you try and be everything to everyone, you'll never be anything well.
Yep.
Right? Like
Yeah,
you can't be. Yeah, you can't say yes to all things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I challenge everybody, even just to look at, we talked about Red Zone, which now I know is only on Sunday. I mean, who fucking knew, man? Now I know. So I challenge everybody nowadays, these apps, Instagram, everything, they're tracking your usage. So when you say that you don't have time in your schedule for something, and I hear it all the time, people think I'm superhuman because I'm married with 2 kids. We have this going on. I do jujitsu. No, bro, I just don't do anything that's not girl dad, grappling, growth addict. I don't do anything that's not that. Everything else, it had to go, bro.
Yeah.
So
Girl
I
dad.
challenge, girl dad, and that's my new thing. So I challenge.
You should start doing the TikTok dances though.
Come on, bro.
Dude,
You ain't seen my moves.
If I was a girl
Yo,
dad, I'd be all over TikTok
do you
dances.
know one of the reasons that Melissa married me was for my moves.
All right, well, I'll expect you on TikTok.
Not TikTok. I will never
Wait
be
till
on.
I tell
Dude.
everybody about TikTok.
No. I will never be on. But back to my challenge. I challenge everybody. If you're saying you don't have time, look at your usage statistics on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you're going to find 40 fucking minutes a day. 40 minutes is enough day for the gym.
Yep.
40 minutes is enough day. 40 minutes is enough time to spend multiple meaningful moments with your family, right? 40 minutes is enough time to hang out with a friend that you haven't seen in a while, make a meaningful connection there, deposit in a relationship.
Yep.
It's a lot of time.
I don't have time is the silliest expression.
You
And
know
if
what?
if you have things constricting your time, figure out a way to have them not. Like there's my job. It's a lot of times I work too much. I have my job, right? Then maybe if your job is not allowing you to do the things that are going to bring meaning to your life, then the one thing I say, quit your job. Like I'm that crazy where it's like I only get one chance here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend it doing shit I hate.
You have to be bold. Yeah, you have to be bold. You have to be bold. I find myself, complete transparency, saying that I don't have time for me is a hard habit to break. Like I find it slipping out sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's so ingrained in me, like for my past self.
Yeah.
You know? So I always have to reframe it. Like when I hear it come, it's typically when somebody says like, you know, oh, it would be great if you guys did this too. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, hey, look, like I don't have time. Like at this point, I don't have time for that. And I guess it's maybe a way of explaining.
Or like if somebody asks you to go grab a beer or on like a Wednesday or
sometimes
something.
I'll say it. Yeah.
Yeah, realistically, like.
But it's kind of like a fucking cop out. Like what I should say is like,
No, thank you.
that no longer serves me.
Exactly.
Or no, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you is probably better.
Yeah.
No, thank you is probably better. But
I'm better than you.
yeah. So that's the other thing too. Like,
I know.
that's why I wanted to clarify the whole like red zone thing. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yep.
But if you are about that life and you have these dreams and these goals, you got to be honest with yourself, and some shit's got to go, bro.
Exactly. And thank you for clarifying that point. I'm not saying if you watch Red Zone, you're a loser. I'm just saying I wanted to be this person that was providing this community with this value, and I had big goals and aspirations for this community and this company.
You got to be honest.
And I was spending multiple hours on Sunday watching. You
got to be honest with yourself.
Watching other grown men live their dreams.
Yeah. Yeah, people will say like, oh, well, you know, I deserve it because I worked hard. Mm-hmm. Well, if you have these goals, these big goals, this big vision, what you deserve is to keep going and doing the same shit that you did Monday through Friday to gain momentum and make progress. That's what you deserve. If you're really about it, if you're really about the life.
Your goals don't know that it's the weekend, right?
Yeah, there you go. That's why so the whole own the weekend
concept.
concept.
Own the weekend, yeah.
Didn't make it into the rules of the few.
Maybe
but it's kind of in here. You know, in the plan your day, right?
Because
it's intention based, you know. We even had some detractors from Own the Weekend. Like, oh, you're so hard. Like, why you got to be a hardo about it? And you're like, you're going to work the whole weekend too?
Your impersonation of hardos or haters is just not good.
Okay, well, I'm going to work on that. Thank you. Thank you. I'm coachable.
You did it on the preferred pay.
I know, I did the thing. It's like I'll work on it. But we even had some detractors with Own the Weekend. It's like, look, I deserve this. It's like, no, what you deserve is to keep doing what you've done that's created momentum and gave your life purpose and progress. That's what you fucking deserve. You know, and maybe it's being done in such a way that's not sustainable. You deserve to figure that the fuck out. You don't deserve to go out and trash all your progress on the weekend.
I agree.
You know? So let's go back to morning routines, because I didn't forget about that shit.
Yeah.
We're not. I'm just being.
No, I just don't appreciate the hate that
there's a lot of hate.
Morning routines are getting right now. Like,
I think that it's, again, there's context missing around it. Your morning routine may be one that is targeted nowadays, but the context is that's missing is that's all that person is doing. Like, you're doing your routine because it fuels you to do great things later in the day. That's the danger at social, man. The context is missing.
And people are just saying things to get clicks, right? The
so
purpose.
When you're saying that the morning routine's under attack, you're saying that what's under attack is that people that have lengthy morning routines that involve cold plunging, getting sun, and, you know, some of those type of activities, people are saying like, oh yeah, they're the people that never get anything done either.
Correct. Yes.
Which isn't true.
No,
That's not true. It's not true.
couldn't be further from the truth.
Yeah, it's not
However,
true.
so
Now,
if you-
but would you say though that there are a lot of people that are doing that then don't do anything later in the
correct.
day?
Yeah. There's always
But
exceptions.
that's the case with everything. Yeah,
Correct.
that's the case with everything. Yeah.
My point, and this goes back to the Kaizen approach, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
You're giving me heavy Japanese vibes
Yeah.
lately, and I like it. You know, I'm here for it all.
you're much deeper into the
Ikigai,
Japanese.
Kaizen,
Yeah.
I'm here for all of it.
So if you are committed to improving in every area of your life, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You should also want to improve your health. The reason I do my morning routine is to set my health
Mm-hmm.
and my day up for the most success, right? So if you're one of the few, you're committed to being in good health.
Vigor
right?
and energy every day. Dude.
Exactly.
Vigor and
so
energy.
you should be able, like, that's why I think the morning routine is powerful, because I hit my fucking day
Yep.
with a head of steam.
Yep. I agree with you. I think that it's context missing, and I think that people are trying to send a message that your morning routine isn't what's going to build your business. No. It's not going to change your life. It's going to set you up for those things, but it's not going to be the thing that does it. You know, it's the same. Self-care is important, but setting self-care as a goal.
For all the fellow biohackers out there, I do have a cold plunge is not going to replace the work.
No. And even when, I draw some contrast between like your morning routine and mine. So
Yeah, you make me look bad all the time because you're like, oh, I wake up and work.
Yeah, but I do all that other stuff later.
I wake up and work.
Oh, yeah. See how addictive the impression is? It's a good impression. That impression looked good to me.
Yeah.
Well, I wake up and I drink water, then I work. So I do have a routine. I just do that other stuff later because for me, personally, and it's I think that these routines are highly personal, right? For me, it feels better to do that stuff later. It's just how my brain is wired, where I'm like, I feel the best and gain the most momentum when I start gaining momentum right away. And to me, momentum is like attacking the plan that I made the night before.
I agree.
But then later, post-training, or sometimes at night, I'll do a plunge or whatever. Now, is that the best thing for me before I go to bed? Like, I don't know these things. Someone can educate me.
It is good for you.
Yeah. So, I mean, I track all my stats. Yeah. If my wrist-borne tracker is correct on, right, the one I wear on my wrist, my stats are better, when I do all that. Like, I look at it as like, wake up, full head of steam, charge, and then wind down. Yeah. I think, which is a little different than most, where it's like build up, full head of steam, and then wind down. Like, it's just a little different, just a little different. But I wouldn't get too upset. I think
I'm here to I'm going to lead the charge for restoring the dignity of hard work and also morning routines.
Yeah. I support you in that. I support you.
Thank you.
I support you in it. Yeah.
I'll get you a t-shirt.
Yeah, the wake up, I'm not stabbing at you when I say I wake up, drink water, and I work. That's just what works for me, Now, all the fucks on the internet that are posting, the morning routine hate, they might be stabbing at you, but I'm certainly
I'll deal with them later.
Yeah, there you go. All right, this was good. One thing I think we can agree on, no matter what your morning routine is, that easy days don't end well, right? Hard days harden you. And that's something we say around the community. And again, I'm not going to do my terrible impression, right, of the hardo. But I think that a goal of your plan every single day should be to strengthen yourself, to harden yourself, to callous yourself just a little bit more, right? Like we've said when we went over previous rules, 1% better every day, 1% stronger. You know what I mean? 1% more calloused. All right, so I'm going to get in my tool for the rule. I mean, I can break down daily attack plan a little bit. That's the system I use outside of time blocking. Yeah. So I do time block on my calendar as we discussed, but then I also use daily attack plan, which is our platform. And just like the Few Energy, everybody, the few watching and listening probably recall, Few Energy has 3 components:
gratitude, grit, and go.
Okay, in no particular order.
I thought they were in that order. Like I always said them in that order because I thought
You're a big gratitude guy.
Yeah,
That's why. I think they're
because I know that on the rule you wrote them as
grit.
grit, gratitude, and go.
Yeah. I look at, so Daily Attack Plan is founded on those three things because I believe that there's an equation at play in life. Grit plus gratitude plus go, which is the doing, equals growth. I believe that equation plays out in life generally, in your business, in your fitness, in your nutrition, everything. So Daily Attack Plan is built with those three things in mind. So let's take the first one, the grit. I put that first because I look at that as like consistency almost. I've said before, my definition of grit is everything that quit isn't. It's the opposite of quit. So I put that first because it's very important to consistently plan your days. Like we've been talking about, don't take the weekends off. Don't fuck around and plan Monday because you think if you plan Monday, the rest of your week's going to be great and you just fly by the seat of your pants every day, right? You got to have that grit to not quit, plan every day and execute. So that's why I start with grit. Gratitude, Daily Attack Plan has a gratitude exercise built in. I do something a little different. I have my own gratitude exercise with sending, voice notes and videos to my daughters to email accounts I created for them that I'll give them access to when they're 18. That really charges me up and piques my gratitude for the challenges that I'll go through in the day. So my gratitude exercise on my Daily Attack Plan ends up in the go section usually. And the go section is a list of 3 to 5 things that must get done for the day, needle movers, right? And also a list of 3 to 5 things or more that you will not do that day as well. So 3 to 5 things that you're going to do that's going to make the day great, 3 to 5 things that you're going to do that are not do that are going to make the day great. So that dichotomy. Are there, talking about the not to-do list, the to-do list, fine, we know what that is. How about the not to-do list? Are there things that you do not do every day on a consistent basis to make the day great?
See, I know you do the rules. You're big on rules. I feel like I focus more on discipline, right? Like I focus more on the doing than the not doing personally. So I just know that the habits I built and the days I've structured are going to lead me to have the success that I want. So I don't.
The same thing. Discipline, rules, structure.
I don't focus more on the rules because if it doesn't serve me, it doesn't deserve me. I just don't do it.
Yeah, I like that. I think that I'm automatic with some of my disciplines like that too. Like for example, I don't watch the news. I don't watch much TV at all. Like that's a discipline that doesn't make it. If you look at my Daily Attack Plan and you look at my not to dos, my rules list, you won't see don't watch TV on there. Yeah, because it's not.
Exactly.
Right. What you will see is recently, don't use the Explore page on Instagram. Like I'm so anti-Explore page now. And if you notice, when you go on Instagram to search for somebody, right? So sometimes I go on, look up an account so I can DM them or whatever. You got to go to the Explore page to do it.
Oh, it gets you, dude. It tries to get you.
So one of my rules is I don't use the Explore page because I'll end up going down like a jiu-jitsu hole.
Yeah.
Like,
well, next thing you know, you're
bookmarking all these videos of like shit that I'll never do.
Yeah, right? the techniques you'll never use.
That I'll never use. So I'm big. So that's like a rule. So that's one of the things I won't do on a daily basis. I won't use the Explore page. I just refuse to do it. It sends you down the death scroll.
It's a good rule.
So my point is like, there are disciplines and habits that I've built that don't make it to that. I don't make a laundry list of all the shit that I'll never do. It's really like a part of Daily Attack Plan for you to put what's plaguing you at the moment and distracting you from your dues in there so that So it's in your face, you've written it down, and you can see it on your plan for the day.
Yeah, I like that.
Daily Attack Plan is like my North Star, man.
Yeah.
Like my calendar, I have it blocked.
Same.
But when I'm in my DAP time on my calendar, I will hit Daily Attack Plan and say, okay, look, like I'm in there and I'm checking off my, sometimes it's more like 10 things. Yeah. I'm in there checking them off.
Which we don't know if is always the best strategy.
That comes down to the pre-planning, the evening, tonight. I'll go back through it and I'll say, okay, did I bite off more than I could chew and why? And, more than likely it's a reason. I didn't properly think through my planning when I should have. I bit off more than I could chew. Let's roll things out, plan the week. That's the nice thing about daily attack plan. You can move stuff to other days of the week, which is cool. So my tool for the rule daily attack plan, we gave a little overview.
Yeah.
But as I mentioned earlier, I think daily attack plan is free with Fuel Hunt Rise. So if you're interested in it, you can go to dailyattackplan.com. But I would recommend that you visit fuelhunt.com/rise. Check out Rise, because that's a really beneficial, growth-oriented way for you to get access to daily attack plan for free. Yep. All right, what else we got? Anything on plan your day? No plan, no progress?
No, sir.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to do the sign-off today.
Do it.
Let's keep mixing it up.
Let's go.
All right, I'm going to leave the few with this. Always choose effort over entitlement. Always choose hard work over handouts. No one owns you. No one owes you. You're one of the few. Let's hunt.